So let me say something that might change how you see yourself tonight. You, my friend, are not the problem. The identity that you developed to survive is. And that identity was never wrong. So if you're new here, my name is Dustin Wheeler, and I help conscious creators redesign their nervous system, their identity, and their structure so that they can create from true choice instead of survival. I don't teach people how to escape life. I teach people how to create inside of it. And what I have seen over and over again this week is people thinking that they're broken. And when what's actually happening is their nervous system is protecting them. So between the ages of 0 and 4, you weren't choosing consciously. You were absorbing. Your nervous system kept scanning what keeps me safe, what gets me love, what prevents rejection, what avoids chaos. And guess what? You built an unconscious identity around those answers. If being loud brought criticism, you learned to shrink. If chaos meant connection, you learned intensity. If achievement brought approval, you learned to hustle. If staying invisible prevented conflict, you learned to disappear. Now, babe, this wasn't weakness. This was brilliance. This was survival intelligence. But then what happened is your self-conscious mind started learning, well, this is how the world works. Money is hard, love isn't safe, success makes people jealous, visibility creates danger. And then your nervous system said, okay, got it. I'll predict and replicate what's familiar. And babe, here's the thing is that familiar equals survivable, even if it hurts. So let me just touch on the three states in which we can create from. So the first one is contraction, and contraction is survival. It's tight, it's vigilant, it's bracing. The physiological markers, short breath, tight jaw, racing thoughts, hyperfixation on problems. The emotional markers are irritability, fear, overthinking, control, anxiety. And the behavioral markers of contraction is overhauling everything impulsively, picking fights, overworking, shutting down. And here's the thing, babe, from contraction, you don't create, you react. And when you try to expand from contraction, you'll get a short high, but then you'll get a collapse. Now, the second state is stabilization, and this is neutral safety. Let me just tell you, babe, stabilization is not sexy, but it's the most underrated state in conscious creation. It's not euphoric, it's steady. Physiological markers, full breath, relaxed shoulders, slow thinking. Emotional, neutral, grounded, present. Behavior is small, consistent action. No reinvention, no chaos. So stabilization feels boring to a dysregulated system. But babe, here's the thing is boring is where safety gets rebuilt. And then we go into expansion. And this is where the creative flow lives because expansion is creative energy. Big vision, clarity, momentum, courage. The physiology is open chest, forward movement, clear focus. Emotional is excitement, inspiration, desire. But babe, expansion without stabilization, it's adrenaline. It's not alignment. And this is why people ride the cycle of contraction, force expansion, crash, shame, and then repeat. But here's the thing, is that survival identity was created for you, by you, out of love. It's kept you alive. It is not broken. It is in grand design. It's just outdated. And here's the amazing news, babe, is that your identity is not fixed. It's chosen. And your nervous system can be retrained to feel safe in what you desire, not just what you have survived. But you don't need to fix yourself. You need to just update your safety map. And that's why inside the spiritually kinky community for creators on school, we don't force ourselves into changing limiting beliefs. We don't try and fix or heal what was never broken. We help you remember who you are. We retrain your unconscious so that your superpowers of choice, focus, and flow can automate towards what you would love to create instead of what you had to survive, instead of what you think is the problem that you need to fix. So, babe, if you're tired of thinking that you're the problem, if you're tired of expansion highs followed by collapse, if you're ready to stop fighting your nervous system and start training it, then come join us inside the Spiritually Kinky community on school. You don't need more motivation, babe. You need safety. You don't need to become someone new. You need to remember who you already are. And you don't have to do that alone. Because here's the thing, babe, you are not broken. You are the creative force within, and you get to choose what you would love to create. So, whether you're here to be a little bit spiritual, or you're here to be a little bit kinky, or maybe you're here like me to be a whole lot of both, lead with love, my friends. And in case nobody told you today, I see you, I feel you, and I love you. And you are not alone. Mm-hmm.